Hello again to anyone and no one who accidentally clicked on this video, and today is a sad day. Today is the last day that the Wii U and 3DS eShop will remain open, for they both close officially tomorrow, and you won't be able to make any more kinds of purchases on there. Now, they've kind of been doing this in stages. For example, I think it was about a year ago that you couldn't add funds to your Wii U eShop anymore. However, there is a way around this. See, I didn't have any funds in my Wii U eShop account, but the way around that is you can sync your Wii U account with your Nintendo Switch account, like with your Nintendo account, and then if you add money to your Nintendo Switch online, like if you add money to your Nintendo Switch eShop, because it's synced with the Wii U eShop, it kind of goes both ways. It's just synced into one account. So that is something that I did. I had $10 in my Nintendo Switch eShop account. I added 50 more, so that I have $60 here in my Wii U eShop. If I don't spend it all, I don't expect to spend all $60. No way. But that's fine because I can just use the rest of it on the Nintendo Switch. So my plan basically is just to kind of go through the eShop here, give it one last hurrah, and pick out any final games that I haven't bought yet from the Wii U eShop or the Virtual Console or whatever. Make my final purchases before it closes forever. So I actually want to start here with the Virtual Console. So the Wii U and the 3DS, and actually the Wii had this too, just the regular Nintendo Wii, had this thing called the Virtual Console, in which it wasn't subscription based. It was you pay for a certain game. So let's go into NES, for example. So I select NES, and it's going to take me to a whole list of the NES library. I can get Duck Hunt, Earthbound, Legend of Zelda. It looks like they range from like $5 to $7 for the most part, which is fair. I mean, these are pretty old games. And pretty decent list of games too. They got the Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64. They skipped GameCube for some reason. And then you have Nintendo DS and the Wii. See, a lot of people, including myself, have kind of complained to Nintendo about the fact that the Switch doesn't have a Virtual Console. Instead, Nintendo opted to go with like a membership online sort of deals. So basically, if you have an online membership on your Nintendo Switch, an online account that's active, then you also have access to their library of like NES games, SNES games, and N64 games. And they just added Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games as well. There's a couple different tiers. Like if you have the lower tier, I think you only get the NES, SNES, and Game Boy. And then with the higher tier, which I have, you'll also get the N64 and Game Boy Advance games. So instead of like making individual purchases and outright owning these games on the Nintendo Switch, you're sort of forced to have like this. It's subscription based, so you have to have your subscription. You have to renew it every year, and I mean they add content to it semi regularly, but it's pretty slow. I mean if I want to buy like they don't have the DS, the Wii, or any GameCube games on the Switch. I mean, they've been rolling these out so slowly since the Switch's launch, right? A lot of people in the online community and YouTube have criticized Nintendo about this. I mean, there's pros and cons to both. I mean, look, from a business standpoint, subscription-based service is smart, I think. I mean, from a business standpoint, I think it guarantees them more money in the long run. Like, if you have X amount of subscribers to this online service, you have a regular amount of money that you know is coming in every month or every year. If I was like an executive at Nintendo, I get it. I'd probably agree for that. But as a fan, I think I'd rather have a Virtual Console. I just think, I mean, there's so many games on the Switch online service on the NSO that I don't play. I kind of lean towards the more popular ones. There's a few that I've played. For example, Yoshi's Story. I haven't played that one before on the N64, but I gave it a shot on the NSO, and it's pretty fun. Same with Crash Bandicoot. So it's kind of introduced me to a bunch of new games, but there's still so much missing. Like they don't have the DS, they don't have the Wii or the GameCube, And even then, like the N64, a lot of those, there's a lot of great games on the N64. It's one of Nintendo's, like, it's such a legacy console. You have games like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. You have Mario 64, and the N64 wasn't added to the NSO until late last year. It's been years since the Switch launched. It was probably like 4 or 5 years since, because isn't the Switch in its 7th year now? I think it is. So the Nintendo Switch is in its twilight years, and Arlo, if you follow him online, has made a video about this recently as well. That the Nintendo Switch is in its twilight years. Probably next year or the year after that, we'll get the next console, like the next generation. I mean, it won't just be like a little upgrade Switch. If it's going to be an upgraded Switch, it's going to be a big upgrade. It's going to be like what the Wii U was to the Wii, or it might be a brand new idea again altogether, which is what Nintendo likes to do a lot. Anyway, that's enough of that. I hope we get something more like this in the future on the Switch or on the next console, or maybe they can kind of roll out these other consoles like DS, GameCube, Wii on the NSO a little bit quicker. We'll see, but I guess yeah, let's go through this here. So let's go through the NES again. If I'm gonna, there's some games that I'll probably buy. So I talked about this a little bit a while ago in another video. I want to do a Kirby series where I play every single Kirby game. So I might have to buy a couple here that I don't own, that aren't on the NSO right now also. Because if I can play it on the Switch, I'll just play it on the Switch. So here's Kirby's Adventure, but that's on the NSO. Most of these NES games are on the NSO for Nintendo Switch. I know Kid Icarus is. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. That's a I hate this game. I don't know about you, but it didn't get an American release. It's called The Lost Levels because this is the official Mario Bros. 2. Like the Mario Bros. 2 that everyone knows and loves is a retexture of like some other game, and the actual Mario Bros. 2 was like a Japanese release only, and is notoriously difficult. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 2. This one is like the more recognized Mario Bros. 2, I guess. Mario Bros. 3 is obviously very popular. I quite like that one a lot. You got the original. You have The Adventure of Link. That's an interesting game. It's like a whole different. Well, it's a lot different than the first Zelda game. I mean, Adventure of Link is like, it changes between like bird eye view, and then it goes into like these side like platformer sorta like side angle. Very different than the first game was. And if I remember correctly, I think it wasn't that popular. You have just the original Mario Bros. Where you kick the turtles. Metroid, Ninja Gaiden. That one I think is on the think or I don't know if that one is. There's a game, Gargoyle. I think there's a Game Boy game. I think that Gargoyle game or something for that series is on the Game Boy Advance on the NSO. Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream? What is that? I don't know if that is on the NSO. Like Punch Out, like what's his face from Smash Bros? Oh, it is. That has to be on the NSO. I can't imagine it not. I'm just gonna. It probably is. You have Excite Bike. Oh, Ice Climber, the original Ice Climbers, and then they ended up like getting into Smash Brothers. A couple Mega Man games. That's pretty cool. I don't know if the Mega Man. There's a lot of Mega Man games. I don't know if they're all on the NSO. Ice Hockey, Pac-Man, more Mega Man, Castlevania, all the Donkey Kong games. Galaga is pretty fun. I don't know if that one is on the NSO. That's a fun. It's a classic. It's an arcade game, of course. You got Donkey Kong Jr. Math, Life Force, Adventures of Lolo. I don't really write. Oh, there's the original Excite Bike right there, which I know is on the NSO for sure. Let's see here. Open Tournament Golf. Okay, interesting. Pinball. Balloon Fight. Yeah, we're kind of getting... Oh, more Mega Man. We're kind of getting into like the less recognizable, other than all these Mega Man games here. But nothing really that sticks out to me as like a must-buy, personally. I mean, not really. Pac-Land? Interesting. Flying Warriors. Soccer, blah blah blah. Let me just take a look at that Pac-Land. I think that might be one of those old arcade games. Let me see if it's the one that I'm thinking of. I think it is too. Hey, there's a stage. This is a stage in Smash Bros. I think in the fourth one, it wasn't in Smash Bros. Ultimate, but Smash 4 has a stage right that takes place here. Okay, let's take a look at the Super Nintendo library offered on the Wii U. Okay, you know what? This is one I'm gonna have to buy, actually. So it's good that I'm going through this the day before it closes, because I don't think this is going to be added to the NSO. I'll tell you why. So Super Mario RPG, The Legend of the Seven Stars, I think. Is that what it's called? 7 Stars? I think so. So I never played this game before. This was like the first proper Mario RPG. So you have Paper Mario on the N64, which is the first Paper Mario game. But this is kind of this came before Paper Mario. I mean, obviously, because it's on the Super Nintendo, which came before the N64. I mean, they didn't, like, obviously starting with Paper Mario, it became a whole franchise. You have an entire Paper Mario franchise, but this was like the true start of like the Mario RPGs. It's literally called Mario RPG, and then I think it's Legend of the Seven Stars or something. I actually played this a little bit on, so a few years ago, Nintendo released an NES and a Super NES mini console for some sort of anniversary, and this game was on there. Like it's preloaded, like it has a bunch of like their most popular games, and this was on there for some reason. Well, I say for some reason because it's not offered on the NSO. I know that for a fact that it's not on the NSO, and I think it's because there was another company involved. Maybe it will say here, publisher Nintendo. So, well, I don't know if it says here. I'm pretty sure that there was another company. Oh, Square Enix. Yes, that's who it is. Yes, you know what? Because Geno. Yes, Genome. So you know Genome. Is it Genome or Geno? The blue guy. He's from this game. He's very popular. A lot of people want him in Smash. But Square Enix co-owns the right to that character, which is why it's hard to put him in Smash Bros. Because they couldn't come to a deal. And that's probably why it's not on the NSO, because they couldn't come to a deal. I know for a fact it's not on there. And if I don't buy it right now, I mean, I could just, I do have that Super Nintendo mini console, like I said, but it's in a box somewhere. It'd be more convenient to just have it on my Wii U, because, you know, before the Game Boy was added to the NSO, because I would play Mario Kart Super Circuit a lot, which is the Game Boy Mario Kart, and I would just play it on my Wii U Virtual Console. Now they've added Game Boy games to the Nintendo Switch NSO, so I can just play Game Boy Mario Kart on my Nintendo Switch. But before I would use my Wii U, so I still use my Wii U a lot for some of these Virtual Console older games, and this is a must purchase. So proceed to purchase. No, let's just add it to my cart somehow. Okay, I just put it on my wish list, and then at the end I'll just purchase it, I guess. So that's one. That's a good one. It's a good thing I went through this. So Link to the Past, that's on the NSO. Earthbound, I'm pretty sure that is. And then you have like the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. I've yet to play this, but I've heard so many great things about it. I absolutely love the newer Donkey Kong games. So Donkey Kong Country for the Wii, well, Donkey Kong Country Returns is called, and then Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Wii U are some of my favorite platforms of all time. They're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Some of the best platformers I've ever played. But I know that's on there. Obviously, Mario World's on. I've played Mario World a bunch. It's a classic game. Super Metroid. I don't know what Harvest Moon is, but I don't even recognize it. Super Mario Kart's a good one. It's on the NSO. Kirby Superstar is on the NSO. And Kirby's Dream Land 3 is as well. Kirby's Dream Course. I think that's a golf game because it's Kirby's Dream Course. It is, right? It is. Yeah, I played this. I played this on the NSO. On my Switch. Super Punch-Out!, I'm pretty sure that's on the NSO. It's got some Castlevania. F-Zero, yes, it's on there. And then more Castlevania. I've never been a huge, like, Castlevania guy, or Castlevania or whatever. More Mega Man. A lot of Mega Man games, but there's too many Mega Man games to, like, for me to get them all. Let's just take a look at... Is this Pac-Man 2? Pac-Man 2. Okay, this looks a bit strange. Final Fight, Super Ghost, more Mega Man. Oh, Pilot Wings. That was actually Pilot Wings 64 was just added to the N64 NSO. I don't know if the SNES is on the Pilot Wings is on the NSO, but it might be. It's not a big deal if it's not. I'm not really, doesn't really spark a lot of interest in me personally. Yeah, and I'm not really recognizing a lot of these. I mean, I recognize Street Fighter, but it's not really. I think Rival Turf is on. I think I played that on the NSO. I think I played some sort of fighting game on there. Is this the one? Let me just take a look in the picture. Oh, it is. I think it is. I think I only a few minutes though. I didn't really get into it that hard. And then they got one more page here. All right, so that's all. I'm actually really glad because I found that Mario RPG, because I forgot about that. Like that was I think that's the last big game that's not on the SNES for the Switch. And again, I think it's because of the Square Enix thing. Oh, there might have been one more game. I don't know. I don't know. I think. Well, anyway, that's the big one, of course. So let's go back to the main screen and go to N64 next. Uh-oh. Did I go back too far? I went back too far. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I can still buy like Breath of the Wild DLC for the Wii U and like Splatoon. I mean, the Wii U's 10 years old. I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy that they're. I mean, the eShop had to close sooner than later, I guess, but I don't know. Just kind of is what it is. I remember when they shut down Netflix and all those things for the Nintendo Wii a few years ago. I remember that was like a big deal too. Anyway, I think didn't the N64 come out before Game Boy? I think it did, but we'll just go Game Boy next because it's the next on the list, I guess. Okay, Minish Cap. Okay, so a lot of these games I probably would have bought, but they just added the Game Boy to the NSO, so I don't have to buy all of these. But it's kind of risky. You never know. Like I remember when they added the SNES games to the Switch, I was waiting for them to add the Donkey Kong trilogy, even though, and I still haven't gotten around to playing them, but I just remember specifically it took a long time, over a year after it came out, the SNES app, for them to actually add the Donkey Kong trilogy. And then even then they did slowly. Like like I said, they roll out these games so slowly. That's why it'd be so much better if the Switch had a virtual console. You can just go in, buy what you want. Anyway, Minish Cap was one of the starting games on because the Game Boy Advance, when it came out on the Switch, I think there's only 6 games on there, which is kind of sad. There'll be more. Like Metroid Zero Mission isn't on there. They'll probably add it at some point, but it could be a year from now. You never really know. Anyway, Zero Mission's kind of a remake of the first one, so I might not need a. You know what? I'm gonna. Because the first Metroid game, I mean, it's pretty dated looking, admittedly. It might be better to play like a more of a remake. I'll put it to my wish list. I might take it off at the end before I purchase it. But again, this is kind of. I can almost guarantee that it'll be on the NSO probably within the next year. It might be more than a year, but I don't know. The Mario Advance series, I don't really need those. Those are just remakes of older games. Final Fantasy. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm getting Wario Land 4. Okay, so they're definitely gonna put Wario Land 4 in the NSO because it's like the most popular Wario Land game. It's awesome, but it's so popular. I have a feeling that they're gonna wait a while. They'll probably wait at this. Probably, I could be wrong. Like, for all I know, next month or whatever, Nintendo could come out with a trailer and be like, "Oh, Wario Land 4 coming to the Switch." But I have a feeling it's going to be a while, and I would love to play this game. Like it's been a long time since I played this. Like I played this on the original hardware on my Game Boy growing up, and it would be fun to like I could do a series, or even if I just play this for like one of my videos, or just on my own time, right? So I should probably have it on the Wii U. I know it's going to come to the Switch at some point, but let's just put it. Oh, it is at. Oh yeah, it's on my wish list. Okay, yeah. So I had to wish list. It's on my wish list. Okay, Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. I think that was one of the starting games on the game. I think that's on the NSO right now already. Okay, this is another conundrum. Kirby's Nightmare on Dreamland. So Kirby's Nightmare on Dreamland was my first Kirby game. It came out on the GBA on the Game Boy Advance. I played it on the Game Boy Advance when I was small growing up. It's a remake of the first Kirby. It's just Kirby Adventure, or is it Kirby's Dream Land? I think it's just Kirby. I think it's a remake of Kirby's Dream Land. Either that or Kirby's Adventure. There's a couple different names. Pretty sure it's just a remake of Kirby's Dream Land, which was the first Kirby game ever. But it's a great remake. Like there's so much added color. So this is kind of the same thing as Metroid Zero Mission. It's not necessary exactly, but I don't know. And I'm gonna put on my wish list here, and we'll see at the end. But again, I can almost guarantee that that's gonna be on the NSO at some point. So I don't know. I've never been okay, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Oh, that's another one. Okay. Cause damn, you know what? Yeah, I gotta put that on my wish list. So that's another Kirby game, but that's an original GBA game. Because Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland on the GBA is a remake of Kirby's Dreamland 1 from like the original Game Boy, I think. But Kirby and the Amazing Mirror was made for the GBA, so it's the Game Boy Advance's Kirby game. It'll be on the service on Nintendo Switch at some point, but just I don't know when. And if I'm gonna do that like Kirby series I talked about, I'll want to play it sooner than later, so I'll probably want to get on the Wii U. I'll put it to my wish list. We'll see at the end. Yeah, so Pokemon, a couple of Pokemon games, but like I said, I'm not really a big Pokemon guy. So Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I've never played. I played the second one. Actually, I already own it on my Wii U Virtual Console. But the first one, is it fun? Let's put it on my wish list. I'll probably won't buy this one. I'll probably take it off at the end. But let's just put it on my wish list, and then we can take a look at the end at all the games. Because Donkey Kong vs. Mario 2, I have that on. Well, first of all, Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2. Again, I played it on the Game Boy growing up, but it's such a fun game. I actually did already. It's already purchased on my Wii. We will see it probably in a few minutes. Mario Advance, again, those are just remakes. Mario Kart Super Circuit is already purchased, as you can see, because as I mentioned, I would play it on here before they added the Game Boy game, so I already have Super Circuit. F-Zero, I didn't know that there was a Game Boy Advance. I didn't know there was a GBA F-Zero game. I don't know. I mean, it looks fun, I guess. Let's just we'll put it on the wish list. I'm not going to buy everything that's on the wish list, but let's just add it because it poked a little bit of interest. So we'll take a look at the end. I could probably wait for that one to come to the NSO, so I don't think I'll buy it, but we'll just... okay, Yoshi's Island is fantastic, but again, that's just a remake of the Yoshi's Island from SNES, which is on the NSO already. Okay, this is interesting. Advance Wars. Advance Wars is getting like a proper remake, isn't it? Coming out on the Switch, like not on the NSO, like a remake. 1 and 2, I think. Pretty sure. I mean, I'm not really interested in it personally, but Advance Wars, either it's a remake or something, is coming to the Switch this year. I know that for sure. Okay, this is interesting. Mario Party Advance. The first handheld Mario Party game. So, I've never played this one before, ever. Never owned it. But apparently it's like way different than like regular Mario Party. Like, well, I don't know. I mean, as you can see in the picture, like, it looks like there's a mini game that you jump over Bullet Bill, but I don't know. I mean, I've heard like conflicting things about this game. I mean, it's interesting. But again, like, at some point this has to come to the NSO. It's just a matter of waiting. I'll put it to the wish list. But yeah, that is one that's kind of poked curiosity in me, I have to admit. Pinball, I don't really care about pinball. Another F-Zero? I can't be buying a ton of F-Zero games. I'm not even like a huge F-Zero fan. I mean, is this different? I don't know if this is different than the other one. Or is it just a different one? Maximum velocity? What's the difference? Get your adrenaline pumping, blah blah blah. Is it just a different game? I mean, I guess. Maybe... Well, again, I'll just put it to the wish list, but I don't think I'm going to purchase it. But yeah, it's interesting. F-Zero. Mario Golf. I don't really care about like these old sport games. Oh, WarioWare. That's on the NSO already, so it's fine. Tennis. That's kind of cool, but again, I'm not really. More Harvest Moon, Castlevania, Mega Man, DK, King of the Swing. I've never even heard of this game. Never even heard of it. The heck is this? King Swing? Is this like a little kid game or? Oh boy, it looks like a puzzle. Yeah. Oh, King K. Rool is in there. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really interested in that like at all. Kurin. Fun name. It's actually, this is on the NSO for the Switch. It's actually really fun. It's a puzzle, sorta. It's hard to explain. That little disc thing, that blue bar thing spins constantly, and you use the stick to move it through the level. It's more fun than I'm making it sound. It's because, as you can see in the photo, like you have to, when the path is thin, that's when you have to move through it because it rotates, and if that blue bar rotates up, it's going to break because see how it's angled sideways, so it constantly spins, and you have to. It's actually pretty fun. I actually got pretty into it. I actually played quite a bit of that on my Switch. Never even heard of it before it was on there. Rayman, I've heard a lot of things about that. More Rayman. Apparently there was a really fun Rayman Wii U game, like not on the Wii U Virtual Console, like it had a Wii U game. Never played it though, but it looked fun. Looked like a fun platformer. More Mega Man, lots of Mega Man. I think those are all the big. I mean, even Mega Man 04, Mega Man 0. Why are there so many like we already saw Mega Man 3 and 4, right? But now there's Mega Man 03 and 04. What is it? Why is there a million? Can somebody explain that to me? Alright, so that's all the Game Boy games. So next we have my very first console growing up, was the N64. That was like my first home console. Okay, you know what? Donkey Kong 64 is interesting because that may... shoot. I wonder if they have Diddy Kong Racing on here. If they do, I have to cop it. Okay, anyway, let's just start at the top. Okay, so Majora's Mask and Paper Mario are huge. I know Majora's Mask is on the NSO, and Paper Mario either is on the NSO or I can almost guarantee you it will be. Oh, I think it is. Oh, it is. I remember. It's on there. Donkey Kong 64 is interesting. It's not on the NSO. This may or may not be in the same boat as Mario RPG was for the SNES. This may not come to the NSO because I think this was made with someone else. I don't know who. Let's see. It was Rare. Okay, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure Rare made Banjo-Kazooie, which is on the NSO. So I think Rare is fine with their games going on the NSO. So maybe they just haven't added Donkey Kong 64 yet. It's only $10, but $10 plus everything else. I mean, I have to put it on my wish list. I might buy this. If I buy it, hopefully they don't put it on the NSO like tomorrow. But I played a little bit of this on my N64. But the N64 is kind of a glitchy console. It's so, I mean, I don't know if it's just me. You know, like the cartridge, sometimes it doesn't work. You have to like blow on it. I mean, that's a pretty common N64 thing. You know, everyone's like, oh, like you have to like blow, get the dust out or whatever of the cartridge, put it back in, turn it on. It's something like, it takes me quite a while to, like if I actually play my original N64, it takes me like 10 minutes to turn it on. It's a pain in the ass. So if I'm going to play Donkey Kong 64 again, it has to be on my Wii U or on my Switch. I'm going to put it to my wish list. I might buy it because I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if it's Rare, like the company Rare, because I'm pretty sure they did, like I said, Banjo-Kazooie, and that's on the NSO. I played it. So Donkey Kong, if I had to bet $5, it probably will come to the NSO at some point. Ocarina of Time obviously is on there. 64, of course. These are like Mario 64. These are the more Harvest Moon. We've been seeing a lot of Harvest Moon. Star Fox 64 is interesting. I mean, I'm not really that big of a Star Fox fan. I think this might be on the NSO anyway. It might be. It might not be. I don't know. I'm just not a huge Star Fox. Let's put it on the wish list, and we'll take a look at the end. But I probably won't purchase this one. Got more Pokemon. Mario Party. Mario Party 2. Mario Party 2 is the only N64 Mario Party game on this for some reason. You don't have Mario Party 1 or 3. Now, Mario Party 1 and 2 are on the NSO for Switch. 3 is not on there yet, but it will be added soon. There was a trailer for it. You have Yoshi's Island and Kirby 64 Crystal Shards, which are both on the NSO, so that's good. I can play those on just on my N64. F-Zero. I think F-Zero X is on there. Boomerang, I'm not sure. May not be, but Wave Race was added. I know that. Let's just take a... Oh, no, not that one. Mario Tennis. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really... I used to care about the sport games more, but I don't know. In recent years, I don't really care about the Mario sport games. Even the new ones that come out on the Switch. Like, I bought Mario Tennis Aces for the Switch, and it was kind of fun, but I didn't buy the soccer game which just came out last year, Mario Strikers, for the Switch. I don't know. I mean, it's full price still, $80, and I just feel like it's not enough. I just feel like it's not an $80 worth game. Like, even that golfing game, Mario... Or no, I think it was Mario Tennis Aces. I think that golf was called something else, but I played that Mario Golf game that came out a couple years ago, and I played it for a little bit. It was fun, but it's not that much to do in that. It's golf, but it's not like there's a big story. There is a story, but it's I don't know. I don't think it's worth $80. Anyway, F-Zero X. I think this is on the NSO. I want to put it to my wish list. At the end, when I go through the wish list, I'll go on my phone and I'll just check to see if I'm pretty sure. I think that one is on there, but I just can't 100% remember. 1080 snowboarding, I think it is, and Excitebike 64 I think is coming. I don't think it's on there yet, but I think it was in the trailer with Mario Party 3. Pretty sure, yeah. Excitebike should be coming to the NSO soon. And I think the same thing with 1080 snowboarding. Alrighty. Well then, let's just move on. Okay. So let's just talk about GameCube for a minute. So there's no GameCube Virtual Console. I think it was the same, like, because the Nintendo Wii had a Virtual Console, and I same thing. I don't think they've ever had GameCube games on there. I have a theory, and I think a few people. Okay, so you know how the GameCube controller has the triggers, right? I mean, I could grab my controller, but just visualize. I mean, a GameCube controller it's just the two bumpers, right? You have the right and left bumper, but they are pressure sensitive, right? So you can press it halfway to activate something, and then you can press it all the way to activate something else. Good example is Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, to use Flood, his water pack, it was like right trigger. If you hold it halfway, it sprays out, but you can walk around still. But if you hold the right trigger all the way down, Mario stands in place, and then you can aim it. Now, because of that, and there was a Z button actually. So remember, the GameCube controller had a Z button, which was on the right side, just above the right trigger. So it had like the one side had two bumpers, and then the other side had the one bumper. But the bottom bumpers on both sides had two inputs: the halfway press and then the full way press. So in a way, you need three triggers, because on the right side of the controller, you had the Z button, and then the right trigger halfway push, right trigger full way push. But no other console has three triggers or pressure sensitive. Like, for example, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller or a Joy-Con, it has the two bumpers. Like most, like PlayStation, Xbox, all modern controllers have like two bumpers, the top bumpers and the bottom bumpers. But I think the GameCube controller was the only one with like pressure sensitive things to activate different things in the game, you know? So I mean, I know the Switch, I know the Joy-Cons and the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, I know the bumpers aren't don't have two inputs. I know it's just you press it, it's all it or nothing. So for that reason, I think it was a little bit harder to implement GameCube games that use. Now, I don't think very many GameCube games even use that. Mario Sunshine is the only example I can think of where if you press the trigger halfway, it does something different than pressing it fully. I'm sure there was a couple other games that implemented like different controls for different pressures of the trigger, but I can't think of that many. So it couldn't have been that hard to put GameCube games on the Virtual Console, even if you had to map buttons differently a little bit. I don't know, but there's so many great GameCube games. Like, you have Sunshine, you have Luigi's Mansion, you have Double Dash, Mario Kart Double Dash. Like, you know what? Okay, it's probably a good thing that the GameCube games aren't on the Virtual Console, because if it was, I'd be spending so much. I'd probably buy a ton of games right now. Well, maybe not. I mean, well, the ones I don't have on my GameCube that I want to try, maybe I would, but I own Sunshine, I own Luigi's Mansion, I own Double Dash on my original GameCube, and the original GameCube isn't very glitchy. Like, it works perfectly still. Not unlike my N64. Like I said, my N64, it takes me like 10 minutes to try and get it on. GameCube still works great though, so I don't know, not that big of a deal. But there is no GameCube. When they do eventually add GameCube games to the Switch NSO, or I don't think it'll come to the Switch. I think the next console will come out, like the next, whether it's the Switch 2 or whatever, whether it's next year, the year after next year, like I said, it's probably going to be soon. Hopefully Nintendo just carries over the NSO and they don't just restart it with just NES games. That would be sad. But if they carry it over, then eventually they'll add GameCube games. Well, I hope they add GameCube and not just skip it. They probably will add GameCube this time, I imagine. But for now, it's not on the Wii U Virtual Console, so we'll just jump right onto DS. Damn it. Okay, that's right. There's a lot of oh man, I can't spend that much money. There's some pretty good games here that I don't really have. Okay, how many pages are here? Oh, is that the new Yoshi's Island? Yoshi's Island DS. I think that, oh my god, I need that. It's $10. Dude, I can't, oh my god. I don't want to spend like, these are all old games. Okay, there's 2 pages. Okay, let's just start from the top here. I'm gonna have to be a little picky at, okay, anyway, we'll just go through this like normal. So you have Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. So, a couple of Zelda DS games. I've never played these games. I think I've heard mixed things about them. I think these are sequels to Wind Waker. But I've heard like mixed things about them, but I don't know. There's Zelda games I haven't played, so I'm like intrigued. I'm like, oh, like I would like to play Spirit Tracks and Hourglass. I mean, it doesn't sound bad to like spend $10 today on Phantom Hourglass, and then next week spend $10 on Spirit Tracks. But with the Wii U eShop closing, if I have to do all this on one day, I don't know, man. I could be dropping a lot of money. Let's put it to my wish list. We'll see at the end. I might just have to hold off. See, this is why I wish there was a Virtual Console on the Switch. Then I could just, I don't know. Anyway, you've already heard me go on enough about that. Same thing with Phantom Hourglass. It's a handheld Zelda game. It's a Zelda game, but I haven't played it. So it's like, as a Zelda fan, I'd like to play these games. I haven't played these DS. I mean, I've heard so much about them. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Wish list. I think it's an RPG. I'm not the biggest RPG guy. But I don't know. I mean, there's still something about just like that the Mario RPG for the SNES. Like, it's not on the NSO. It's a very popular game, and even though I'm not the biggest RPG fan, I would love to just play it. So, and same with this, like Partners in Time. I've heard so many great things about it, and it's just the fact that I won't be able to buy it after tomorrow. And then, you know what? Jeez, Mario 64 DS is actually pretty. I'm gonna put it on my wish list. It's actually pretty different than the. I did play this. I had this on my DS. So not only so you can play as Mario like normal, but you can also play as like Wario, Yoshi, and Luigi. there's some new worlds in here that aren't from the original. It's actually a pretty cool little game. It's basically Mario 64, but there are new levels, there are new characters, and all the textures are updated and stuff too, so it's kind of cool. I would actually like to play this again. But the DS won't be coming to the NSO for a long time. I don't think it'll be coming to the Switch. I think it'll be whatever comes after the Switch. It'll be years from now. So the only way I'll be able to play Super Mario 64 after today will be on the original DS, which is, I don't know, fine, but it's just so small, and if I wouldn't be able to play it like in a video for if I want to do that. I would need it to do it on. I don't know how to like to game record my like portable like my 3DS or my DS or my Game Boy. I don't really know how to, cause I own Mario Circuit or Super Circuit for the Game Boy, so I could have just played Mario Super Circuit for my Game Boy for the video, like for some, like I played that in some of my videos, but I don't know how to like, you know, capture that footage. Like I need an HDMI port for the video capture card that I use. I mean, you could probably buy a special video capture card for a DS or 3DS, but my video capture card I could use for my PlayStation or my Nintendo Switch, but it needs an HDMI port, and those DS's and those old port, I don't know. So anyway, but just in general too, if I want to play my own time, it's just much better on the TV than the little DS. It's going to be, it's on the wish list. We're gonna take a look at the wish list at the end. I hope. Okay, Metro Prime Hunters. I probably won't buy it, but let's just put it on the wish list because it's a Metroid game. Metroid's a pretty not as popular as Mario or Zelda, but it's a decently big Nintendo franchise. It's got a strong fan base. I think this one was a little different, like a spin-off. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking something else, but. Mario Bros. U, as you can see, is already purchased. I've already bought and played that one, and it's pretty good. Okay, Squeak Squad. I can almost guarantee you that I will be actually buying this one, because that Kirby challenge that I want to do to play every Kirby game, I'll have to buy this one for sure. I hit purchase. Let's not purchase it right away. Let's put it to wish list. Just add to wish list. Dude, my wish list is going to be like $200, I swear. Mario Kart DS I already have purchased. Advance Wars, another one. Oh man, now I've been coughing so much today because I'm getting over a cold. Of course. Anyway, Canvas, Kirby Canvas. What is this? Canvas Curse. Oh, I have heard of this. This is like a spin-off Kirby game. But it looked fun. It's kind of like that Rainbow Curse from the Wii U. Well, I don't know if it looks that fun. I don't know. Fuck. Let's just put it on the wish list. Dude, oh my god. Why is it 10? These DS games should be less than $10. It's a DS game, for crying out loud. How old is it? It's almost 20 years old, probably, these games. Pokemon Animal Crossing. There's a DS Animal Crossing? I didn't know that. Because I think the first Animal Crossing, well, the first Animal Crossing was the GameCube. Is this like just a straight up Animal Crossing? Or is it like a spin-off type game? Oh, it looks like an Animal Crossing game. Okay, cool. I don't know. I'm not really interested. It's a legacy Nintendo franchise. I want to throw on the wish list for now, just for that. I don't think I'll buy it. But that's pretty cool. Oh, I accidentally hit the back button again because it was lagging. Oh boy. Okay, let's go back here in DS. Oh my lord. Okay, Kirby's Mass Attack. Okay, Yoshi's Island DS is one that I need to get. But let's just... What is Kirby Mass Attack? I've never even heard of this. Probably just spin-off fighting game. I mean, there's no way I can afford to buy all of these. I mean, it looks... yeah, I don't... I'll put it on the wish list. Okay, Yoshi's Island DS for sure. I'll probably buy that one for sure because I love Yoshi's Island DS. It's basically the sequel to Yoshi's Island, which I love. I haven't played Yoshi's Island DS in a long time, but you have other babies like Wario as a baby, Donkey Kong, and they all have different abilities. It's so cool. I haven't played this game in a long time, and I need it. I need it, and I'm going to play it again on here, I think. So, yeah. Definitely going to get that one. So that's on my wish list now. Pokemon, okay, this is Mario Donkey Kong 2. It's on the DS, not the Game Boy, and I already have it purchased. It's a fun game. WarioWare on the DS? What is this one? Never been a huge WarioWare guy. I mean, it could be fun. A bunch of mini games. Fuck, I'll put it to the wish list, I guess. Fuck. No way I'm buying all. I have to go through these at the end, like, you know, with the not being afraid to cut these. Mario Party DS I already have purchased. It's a fun Mario Party. It was, yeah, Mario Party DS. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot growing up, actually. Star Fox Command, a DS Star Fox game, eh? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really heard much about this. I don't think. You know what? I'm not gonna even put it on my wish list. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to buy all of these. If I hadn't even heard of the game before, it can't be something that I'm going to really be interested in. Screw it. Just, yeah. Same with Donkey Kong Jungle Climb. That's probably a sequel to that stupid Donkey Kong Swings game we saw for the Game Boy or something. Let's go to the second page here. I hope there's not that much on the second page, because, okay, Wario Master of Disguise? Master of Disguise. What the heck is this? What is this? I need a drink. Ugh. Yes, my poor throat. It's also pretty sore. Let's take a look here. I've never even heard of this. You know what? There was a Wario game for the GameCube, Wario World, and I really want to play it, but yeah, I never owned it. Maybe someday when they add GameCube to the NSO, eventually that I'll be able to play it. But the only way to play Wario World from the GameCube is to have the original copy. When I'm pretty sure that original copy is a lot. You know what? A lot of GameCube games are a lot. Like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Whew, if you want that physical copy, it's more than $100. Gotta be like $120 at the video game trader store near my house. It's like $120. It's crazy. Yeah, it's all about. I mean, you could just emulate and pirate a lot of these. I mean, I'm not saying yeah. Just, you know what? Take that information with what you will. I don't really care if you emulate or pirate old games. I guess. I mean, it doesn't make a difference to me. I mean, I get that it's like a crime, and it technically does hurt the developer, but. Anyway, enough of that. But yeah, a lot of people just like use emulators for like if they want to play the Game Boy games or DS or whatever. And that might not be a bad idea. Like, I don't know how to do that, but like for like Wario World or for I don't know, just anything. Like if I don't want to spend a bunch of money here today, if I knew how to like emulate games, I don't know. Anyway, Brain Game. I had the Wii version. This came out on the Wii. It's pretty fun. I play with my family. But I don't know. I don't really see myself. Well, I mean, it looks like puzzles. Sudoku's fun, but I can just play Sudoku on my phone on an app for free. Yeah, it looks kind of fun, but probably not worth $10. I don't know. I'm just going to move on. Yoshi's Touch and Go. I've never even heard of that. So I doubt I'll even purchase this, but what the heck is it? Yoshi Touch and Go? It looks like just some little mini game. Probably just a spin-off, hey? Baby Mario up there. Never even heard of this. This is weird. Yeah, looks like it could be a fun little puzzle game. Help Baby Mario and Yoshi get past airborne and grounded enemies, blah blah blah. It's looks like a little puzzle game. Oh, it says platformer. It can't be that big of a game because, I mean, I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan in the world, but I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan, and I'd be pretty surprised. Like, I haven't even heard of this, so it's probably not a... I mean, I'm not saying it's a sucky game, but I don't know, Yoshi Touch and Go, it just... I don't know, it looks like a smaller game anyway, I think. I haven't even heard of it. Oh, it was Big Brain I was thinking of, not Brain Game. Okay, Big Brain. Style Savvy, I don't know what that is, but Big Brain. So I had Big Brain for the Wii, and it was actually a fun game. I played with my family a ton. It was actually fun. Yeah, I don't know. This is making me kind of want to. It was fun. It was like you challenge. Damn. I mean, the DS version is probably a little bit inferior to the Wii version. I probably won't buy it, but let me just add to my wish list real quick. To my endless wish list. Okay, I think that's it for the DS. Thank God. Okay, the Wii's gonna be interesting. Luckily I own a lot of the Wii games, I think. So I shouldn't have to put so much of the Wii games in my wish list, but yeah, anyway, let's go back down here. So Nintendo Wii, last one. Last category here on the Virtual Console, offered in the thing. Resident Evil 4 is no, is this Resident Evil 4 like with Leon? Like well, Resident Evil 4 just got a remake. This has to be the original version, right? It's only $4. It is too, isn't it? That's fucking Leon. Okay. So okay, so Resident Evil 7 and 8 were my first Resident Evil games, and where Ethan was the protagonist. Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake were on sale on the PlayStation Store a couple months ago, maybe around Christmas, so I bought them. I played the second one, in which Leon is the protagonist. Pretty fun game. And right now, I'm in the middle of Resident Evil 3 with Jill. And I haven't bought Resident Evil 4 remake yet. Like Leon comes back for that one. Haven't bought Resident Evil 4 remake yet for my PS4, but I will, I'm sure. But this is the original, Resident Evil 4. That's funny. Damn. I mean, I've seen trailers for it. Like you can, it's aged. Like, obviously, Resident Evil 4 remake looks a lot better than this. I mean, of course, because it's a remake, but it's just funny because I recognize a lot of this. I mean, I recognize Leon too from Resident Evil 2 remake, and it's just that's funny. I didn't even know that the original Resident Evils were on the Wii U. Zack and Wiki, I don't even know what that is. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. The hell is that? The Umbrella Chronicles. Must be a collection. I don't know. Swarms of Undead. It might just be like a little spin-off game. I know Umbrella is like some sort of corporation. They seem like an evil corporation. Who do you think this title applies to? Okay. Gamers, and it's more intense. I don't know. I mean, it's not really that interesting to me. I mean, I'm playing the remastered versions anyway, which are much better. Okay, Metroid Prime Trilogy was interesting. Oh, these Wii games are like $30. I'm not gonna be able to afford most of these. I mean, I have a lot. I have Galaxy. I don't have Pikmin 2, but I'm not really a big Pikmin fan. I probably won't. I don't really feel the need to buy it. Metroid Prime Trilogy. I mean, like I own the Metroid Prime Trilogy like individually. So I own Metroid Prime 1 and 2 for the GameCube, and I own Metroid Prime 3 for the Wii. I haven't played them yet. Well, I played the first one a little bit in preparation for the Metroid Prime 1 remake for the Switch, and I made a video about that. And I haven't bought in the Metroid Prime 1 remaster for the Switch yet, but I definitely will. I mean, it's $30. I probably won't buy it. I feel like I need to just put to my wish list real quick because I've been adding everything to my wish list that at least intrigues me a little bit. So let's just put it there so we can take a look at it at the end. But just because I own... Like, I'm going to play Metroid Prime... When I do play the Metroid Prime games, I'll play Metroid Prime 1 on the Switch, the remastered version. It's $50. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'll just do that. 2 and 3 are like rumored to like be coming to the Switch too, but maybe not. But even if they don't, I could just play my Metroid Prime 2 on the GameCube and 3 on my Wii. I don't know if I need to spend $30. It's not like it's remastered. This is just the Metroid Prime trilogy is from the Wii. So Metroid Prime 1 and 2 in this trilogy that came out for the Wii might be a little bit remastered. It might be. I don't know. Pikmin 2, let's put it to the wish list. It's a smaller Nintendo franchise, but a strong fan base. Especially Arlo. I've mentioned him already earlier in this video, but if you know who Arlo is, huge Pikmin fan. And when they announced Pikmin 4 in that Nintendo Direct last year, the first thing I thought of was Arlo, and I can't wait to see his reaction. And his reaction was pretty good. He's been waiting for Pikmin 4 for such a long time. He's just a Nintendo YouTuber that I'm a big fan of. Actually, he was part of one of the inspirations for me to make this channel. Actually, there's like 4 or 5 YouTubers that I watch regularly that are in the gaming world, like Arlo. And there's a few more that were all kind of inspirations for me. Off the top of my head, I guess I'll just name them. So Arlo is one. Scott the Woz is one. He's pretty funny. Dashy Games is one. I like Dashy a lot. He does like mostly gameplay, but he's pretty funny, pretty fun personality. I love Nathaniel Bandy a lot. He does a lot of pretty cool videos and ranking videos and stuff that I kind of like to do too on my main channel. And that's 4. Those might be like the 4 big ones. There might have been another one that I can't remember off the top of my head, but those are like, I don't know, my favorite gaming YouTubers. They all have their own sort of, like Nathaniel's more like ranking videos and stuff. Scott the Woz does sort of like video essays. He'll like pick a topic and just talk about it for a while, but he's pretty funny. He has funny scripts and stuff too. I don't know. Anyway, you probably know if you're watching me, a small nobody channel that's sort of Nintendo related. You probably know at least one of those guys anyway, because they're anyway. But just moving on here. So there is Pikmin 2. I'll just throw Pikmin 1 on the wish list as well. I don't think I own them. No, I was gonna buy Pikmin 1, I think, at the video game trader store, but it was pretty expensive. I don't even know what Raihim Haven is. Galaxy, I own Galaxy 1 and 2. There are some, I mean, it's Galaxy. The 3D platform Mario games, of course, they're pretty big games. Wario Land Shake It. That's interesting. Okay, but I own it. I do own it so I don't need it. Paper Mario for the Wii is a really good game. Not only do I own it and have I already played it, I did a series. I did a series of this last year. It's like 8 episodes, and each episode was like a world, because there's 8 worlds in Paper Mario for the Wii. So like, and each episode was like 2 or 3 hours. It was kind of long. I should have broken it up more, to be honest, because at the end of each of those videos, I was like kind of getting exhausted. Especially, I think the last video in episode 8, when I beat the game, I think that video was like 3.5 hours long, because the World 8 is kind of long. It's a fun game though. I played it when I was small, and it was fun to go back to it. But yeah, I have like 8 videos on my channel, where I actually go through and play through the whole game. It's on my main channel, not on this one, but well, it might be on this one, because when I made this channel, which is my second channel, I re-uploaded all of my other videos to this channel. They're all unlisted right now, but they might be public. Because my main channel, I want to do like ranking videos and stuff, and then I want to do like just my gameplay videos like this, where I just like talk and play and whatever. I want to put these on my second channel, but so I re-uploaded all my gameplay videos from my main channel. I re-uploaded them onto this one as well, but they're unlisted. I haven't actually swapped them yet, so that I could delete all of my gameplay videos on my main channel and make all the videos public on this one. You know what I mean? So I actually like shuffle them over. Anyway, I haven't done that yet, and I don't know if I will. I might just keep all those old gameplay videos on my main channel. I might just keep them there, since that was how I originally uploaded them. So if you go back to look for them, if you want to go back to find these videos, what I'm trying to say is it will either it may be on this channel, it may be on the main channel. I don't know. It'll be on one of the two, depending on when you watch this and when and if I ever actually swap it, move it over. Anyway, enough of that. Paper Mario for the Wii. Pretty fun game. It's an awesome game. Enough said. It was fun, but I own it. Same with Wario Land. It was pretty fun. I own it though. I own this one as well, Punch Out. I haven't played it yet. I bought it from the video game store by my house. Same with Metroid M here. So Metroid Other M, I haven't played it, but I do have it for the Wii. No point in buying it right now. I can just play it on my Wii. Yeah, Mario Sports Mix. Mario Sport Mix. Oh, then you have Kirby's. Oh, okay. Let's slow down, Dom. Okay, what's this one? Mario. This video is over an hour long already. I can't believe I have been going over the Wii U virtual, going over the Wii U eShop for over an hour. I did not anticipate. I thought this video was going to be like 15 minutes tops. I ended up, I'm taking my time a lot longer. I'm taking a lot more time than I thought I would. Okay, Mario Sports Mix. Looks like just a bunch of sport games. I mean, it's kind of cool that they put a bunch in one. See, if they put Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Strikers all in one game, I'd pay 80 bucks for it, but I don't know. Like, if this was like on the Switch and it was like HD and it was like fun mechanics, I'd probably buy it, but I mean, this looks kind of fun, but I don't know. I mean, it's just an old sports game. Oh no, this is Wii. Yeah, this is Wii. Mario Sports Mix. I wonder if this is like... I wonder if a lot of these are from older consoles, or probably not. It was probably made for the Wii. I mean, it looks interesting. I'll put it to the wish list just because it's a bunch in one. Probably won't buy it, but we'll just take a look at it, I guess, at the end. Okay. Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's a spin-off. It's not like a Kirby game, but it's still a Kirby game. It looks fun. You know what? It looks a lot like Yoshi's Woolly World. If you've played Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby's Epic Yarn... Well, Kirby's Epic Yarn came out first because it came out on the Wii. Even the sound effects, like I think Yoshi's Woolly World for the Wii U is kind of a spiritual successor to Kirby's Epic Yarn for the Wii. Like just take a look at some of the screenshots. It's basically Yoshi's Island, or Yoshi's Woolly World, but Kirby. It's Kirby's Woolly World. Like, he's made of... I mean, he's not... Like, Yoshi from Yoshi's Woolly World is filled in. He's not, like, hollow like this. But he's still made of a yarn wool, like, his shape. But the world looks... Like, this looks a lot like Yoshi's Woolly World. It's very, reminiscent of that. It actually looks like a fun game. I'd actually love to play this. So I'll put it on my wish list. Donkey Kong Country Returns, like I said, was one of the best platformers I've ever played. I own it, so I don't need it again on here, but it's awesome. WarioWare for the Wii. I don't own it. I probably won't buy it, but let's just put it on the wish list. I mean, it's a pretty popular franchise, this Wario. A Mario spin-off character. You know, pretty popular franchise. I heard this one was a lot of fun, the one on the Wii. I heard good things about this one. You know, just because of the Wii remote, like all the motion and stuff you can do with it. Mario Strikers, I actually do have it. Funny enough, I bought it from that gaming store by my house, the old retro gaming, whatever. Skyward Sword, yes, I have the Switch version, which came out. So I have that. I think I have it on the Wii anyway as well. I think I do. I think I have both frickin' versions. Galaxy, of course I have Galaxy. Xenoblade Chronicles. I am not a fan. I've never played those games. I don't care about those games. If you're a fan, that's great. Good for you. But I've just never... I have a friend who loves these games. That's great. But I don't really... I just never played them. Mario Super Sluggers. I own this game. I actually have a pretty funny video on the channel of me play like earlier in the year. I think it was like pretty close after New Year's. It was back in January. I played this in one of my videos. It was particularly a funny video. It was just just a bunch of nonsense, and it was funny. I don't know. If you're interested, you can go search for that. Again, it'll be on either one of the two channels. I don't know which one. It'll either be on the main one or this one. I may move it at some point, but at the time of this recording, it's on the main channel. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. No way. So, okay, wait. So there was this. Hold on. There were these Donkey Kong game. This Donkey Kong game. I don't think this is the one, but there was a Donkey Kong game that came out on the GameCube. I think it was the GameCube. It maybe was the Wii. Maybe this is the game. But you don't use a controller. I swear to God, the game. Search for it. I think it might have been Jungle Beat. It might have been something. Is it this one? I think it might have been this. But it's weird because they must have had to change the controls, because to play the original version of this game, it might have been a different Donkey Kong game. But there's a Donkey Kong game either on the Wii or the GameCube. You don't use a controller. The game came with like these little drums. I swear to God, like these little like drums that they're like Donkey Kong based, and you tap it to make Donkey Kong move, and it was the weirdest thing. And I saw it too at my retro gaming store, and I could have bought it, but it was kind of a lot, and I kind of didn't care. I mean, I don't think the game did that well. I don't think it's actually a popular game. It might be. I don't know, but I haven't heard a lot about it. I don't know. I think this it's just weird. Like, it was like a platformer, but it was a weird game. It was just a weird. I don't know. I mean, they tried something new. I don't know if this is that one. It might be. Very strange stuff. Anyway, let's move on here. Okay, so the next page. Oh boy. Oh, there's only a few more. Okay. So, Trauma Team, I don't know what that is. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I don't own it, but it just got a remake on the Switch. I'll probably buy that Switch version at some point. So, I mean, it's more money on the Switch, but it's... I don't know. Did they even remaster it a lot? Nintendo, sometimes they like Metroid Prime, they actually remastered it from the ground up. But a few years ago, when Nintendo did that Mario 3D All Stars and put Mario 64 Sunshine and Galaxy on the Switch, they didn't even remaster it all. It was just a port, basically. So I don't know if Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the Switch version, I don't know if it's actually just a port or if they actually remade it, like and made it look. I don't know if they did. I mean, these pictures don't look all that different. They might, you know what? They probably updated it a little bit, but not to the same degree as Metroid Prime. That Metroid Prime remaster, like, looks way different than the original. Like, they put a lot of work into that. But yeah, I'll probably end up just getting the Switch version of this at some point. Then you have Lost in the Shadow, Excite Bots, and another Rayman game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard good things about Rayman. I mean, I love platformers, so might be worth checking out at some point. Probably not today. Genre action multiplayer. I don't know if this one is a platformer. It said action multiplayer. Oh, what the heck? And the rabbit from I don't know what that guy's called. They also had a spin-off with Mario, the Mario and Rabbids. This might just be like a spin-off. Oh, it's Rayman spin-off, or it's a Rayman Rayman Raving Rabbids. Or okay. This is basically. Oh gee, jeez. Yeah, Raving Rabbids. This is just a crossover. Then, kind of like that Mario crossover with the Rabbids, and that's getting a sequel. I think it comes out this year. It might be out already. Actually, I wasn't a big fan of the first game, the Mario Rabbids crossover. I mean, it was alright, but I don't know. But Mario Rabbids crossover, the sequel, Lost Spark or New Spark or something. I think that's out. I don't know. I never bought it. I mean, I might eventually. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into the Rabbids. And I think that's everything from the Virtual Console. I believe it is. So that's all the Virtual Console stuff that are like from the older system. But of course, there's like, I mean, this is the Wii U eShop. Like, so that's part of the like all the legacy consoles and older consoles, like NES, Super NES, Game Boy, N64, DS, and the Wii, as you can see on the screen. That's part of the Virtual Console. But then the Wii U eShop has like Wii U games that you could buy too, right? Of course. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's any point in me like buying a lot of these. I mean, I own most of them. Like, I have Mario Kart 8 and I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch. I have Breath of the Wild, and Splatoon, and all these big games I've already played. Smash Bros. U, the DLC. That's funny. So after tomorrow, you won't be able to buy, like, if you buy Smash 4, like Smash Bros. 4, in the future, as like, you know, if you're a collector, you won't be able to buy the DLC characters. Like in Smash 4, Cloud was a DLC character. I think Corrin, a couple of other characters, but you won't be able to buy the DLC after tomorrow. You'll be able to buy the game still, like physically. Like the eShop will be closed tomorrow. You can still buy the game, like if you buy a physical version. But yeah, updates. So I'm pretty sure it's the same with like Breath of the Wild. Like obviously you can buy Breath of the Wild still for the Wii U, like a physical version. But the Breath of the Wild DLC, Champion's Ballad, pretty sure that's all like digital content. It's not like you go to the store to buy the disc to download the Smash Bros characters or the Champion's Ballad DLC. Like all these DLCs are digital. So the DLCs will be gone forever. Like you'll need to have a system that actually bought that DLC. So that's like one issue, I guess. But I don't know, not a big deal, I guess. Let's check out this 3DS. Oh, so these are available on the 3DS Virtual Console, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so Kirby's Battle Royale. Mario, Luigi. I can't buy these. Like, please check the Nintendo 3DS eShop. And I have a 3DS, but and it's probably the same synced account. If I go on there, it'll probably say $60 still. I think the 3DS and Wii U and the Switch, when I synced it, I think I think the 3DS was part of it. I think the whole thing is synced, so I could probably go on my 3DS and get these. But I don't know, because the 3DS eShop closes tomorrow as well. Like right, like the 3DS and. Yes, because Samus Returns. The remake, well, I could just buy that physically. I could probably buy it cheaper than $50. Well, maybe. You think? I don't know how much it's going for. Because I know I saw Samus Returns at the video game store by the retro gaming store that I go to. I don't think it was $50. It's kind of a lot. It's even more than the Wii games. Probably won't buy any of these because I don't even use my 3DS often. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly. Oh, I think that's basically Yoshi's Woolly World, but I think was it just like a 3DS version of it? It's basically just Yoshi's Woolly World. I remember this mission, or the one on the left there. That was a fun one. Yeah, this looks just like Woolly World. It's basically, I think it's just 3DS's version of Woolly World. And then, oh, Mario Maker had a 3DS. Oh, it did too. Actually, I did know that. I just, but momentarily forgot. Interesting. I mean, I have the Wii U version. Mario Maker is pretty great. I have 570 hours in Mario Maker 2 for my Nintendo Switch. Yes, that you heard me right. So I'm a pretty big Mario Maker fan. Actually, so I just finished making, because in Mario Maker you can make your own game in the World Maker option, and I spent the last few years actually making it. I have a trailer on this channel, actually just before this video actually, so just go back one video and you'll see I made a trailer for it as well, which to just kind of show off the game. It's 24 levels, but that's part of the reason why I have so many hours in Mario Maker. I literally have 570. It's the most played game on my Switch. Like, it's so many hours logged, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, like Mario Maker. Monster Hunter, another series I'm not like a big fan of, but my friend who likes Xenoblade Chronicles also really loves Monster Hunter. But I just never really got into Hyrule Warriors Legends though, because there was a Hyrule Warriors game for the Wii U. This is probably, I don't know if this is a 3DS version or if this is the Wii U version ported like Mario Maker was. It might be, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. We got Fire Emblem, which I don't, and then Smash Bros for 3DS. So those are all the 3DS Virtual Console games. What's this one? What is in the featured? Nintendo. Oh, these are some old ass Nintendo Directs. I can just watch these Nintendo Directs from 2017. Should we just like watch one for fun? I mean, not the whole thing, but like what? Why is there a? I mean, I guess that's kind of 2017. Was the Switch even out? The Switch just came out. The Switch came out in March of 2017. I mean, I'm just gonna skip here a little bit. Oh, this is obviously. This is the 3DS. This is showing off some 3DS thing. It's kind of funny. They have all the Nintendo Directs and stuff on the eShop for you to watch. Like, buy their games. It's kind of funny. I don't know, did anything big happen in this one? I don't know, probably not. Well, maybe. If this was early 2017... Well, Smash Bros. Ultimate didn't come out till 2018, so it wouldn't have been announced yet. They might... Mario Odyssey might have been announced at this one. Let's go to the end. Oh, it was, too. This is Mario Odyssey. I think this was the reveal... the reveal trailer for Mario Odyssey.
Some outfits are thematically tied to the kingdom you're in.
Pretty funny. This is a great Mario game. Anyway, I've kind of had enough of this. Is there anything else I can really do on this? I mean, this eShop is closing down. Like, this is the last chance to do anything in this eShop and 3DS eShop. So yeah, that's why I wanted to spend all this time today. Over an hour, apparently. Probably over an hour and a half by the time I get through all of this. Just dedicated to the Wii U eShop before it closes forever. Back. Let's get out of here. I don't know. Let's just check some of these out. So if I just clicked Mario Kart, so I could buy Mario Kart 8 still on here, like the digital version, Mario Kart 8 for $65. But obviously I'm not gonna. I already own it, and I have the Switch version, which is like upgraded. So like, there's no point. And I already have Breath of the Wild and its DLC. On the Switch, I have the Switch version of Breath of the Wild. Nintendo Selects. Let's check that out, and just see. Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. Oh, okay, yes, because the Wind Waker, so Wind Waker is a GameCube game, but it had a Wii U remake, and it actually was remade. Like, the lighting and the textures do look updated, so it was a decent remake. $30 only. I could buy it. This will be my last chance. Well, I could buy it physically, but I own the original version. Actually, wait, no. You know what? I forgot. not only do I own the original Wind Waker on the GameCube, I own Wind Waker HD for the Wii U. I do. I don't know why I forgot, but it's because the last time I played Wind Waker, I was playing the GameCube version just to make it more like authentic to the original. I forgot I actually had I own the H. So if I ever want to play Wind Waker HD, I already have it. Wii U Land, or Nintendo Land, I mean, this was a pretty fun game. I had it on my list of like top 10 Wii U games of all time. It's actually a fun game, but I own it, so it came with my Wii U. So 3D World, I have it on the Wii U and on the Switch. I actually have Pikmin 3 on the Switch when they ported it, and I wasn't really the biggest fan of it, which is why I'm not a big fan, like why I wasn't that enthusiastic about Pikmin 1 and 2. But I don't know, I maybe it's just not for me. And then you have these NES remixes, but aren't these just collections of the old games, which are basically on the NSO for Switch? I mean, it might be updated versions, like mini games. Like this looks I don't know, like it looks a little different. It might be some sort of like updated version, but doesn't really. Wii U download only. Oh, you can't. Is it not a Wii retail? I'm not sure if that means you can't buy it physically, or I mean, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, let's put it on the wish list, and then I'll just do some research here between takes and get to the bottom of this and see if this is like. I think that might mean that it's a digital game only. Wii U download only. I don't know. Anyway, I've seen these already. Ocarina of Time had a 3DS remake. Mario Party Island Tours was on 3DS. Yoshi's New Island, which is a 3DS game. What's that one again? There's been a few like Yoshi's Island remakes, and was this just a remake, or I don't really know. That doesn't matter. It's a 3DS, so I probably wouldn't really buy it. In a brand new platforming adventure. Oh, so this is probably a brand new game, because you have Yoshi's Island for the SNES, and then you have Yoshi's New Island for the DS with like the different babies, and this one's a 3DS game. Oh no, this is Yoshi's New Island. I think that other one was just Yoshi's Island DS. This game looks cute. How much is it on the? It's $30 on the 3DS eShop. Boy, oh boy. Okay, and then that's the Selects version, or the Selects new releases. Let's just check that. Might as well. We're just checking everything out. New releases, even though this was a long ass time ago. Silver Falls Undertakers? What the? Title. It's on a sale. Yeah, it's like $1 off. I don't know. This just looks like a weird indie game or something. I don't know. So Silver Falls, like another one star. Okay, these all look not that interesting. No offense. I feel like I've seen this one somewhere. For some reason, that guy looks familiar. Wait a minute. That's the Bart hitting Homer meme. You know that meme where like Homer from The Simpsons is in the bathtub and then Bart comes up and like smacks him? What is this? Let's see. Hold on.
What's that? A game?
Yeah, it is too. What is this? Even, what the? Oh, you're just smacking a bunch of people? So, it's just a game where you assault your family.
You want to try it? Okay.
2019? Even after the Switch was out? That looks weird. Okay, moving on. The release date, 2019. These games all came out even after the Switch was out. Huh. Release date, February 2023. This game just came out. I mean, it's probably out on the Switch as well, but I don't know, I guess if the Wii U eShop's still open, I guess you put it in here as well? I don't know. None of these look even remotely interesting. Aqua Moto Racing Utopia looks remotely interesting, but I don't know, it's probably just some racing boat game thing. Racing sports simulator, yeah. There's a game like this on the NSO. Rainbow Snake. Snake's kind of fun. It's like I used to play on the computer all the time. I don't really need another version of it though. Yeah, no thanks. I mean, we've already gone this far. Let's check page 2. Yeah. Right. Power Golf. Let me just... This looks familiar. No, I was thinking of a different golf game. I mean, there's been like, what, 1 million golf games in history, and like golf spin-offs and golf simulators. I mean, they can be fun, but... Okay, so that was new releases, Mario Kart 8, I already selected that. And then there's categories here. Featured, yeah, I think these are just like 3DS, or these are just Wii U games, basically. Did I already check this one? Nintendo Switch? That's weird. Oh, those are the Drex. The weird Drex. So like, what if I hit Mario? I think it just brings me to like all the Mario games that are available on here. It does too. So all the Mario games that were like from the Virtual Console, and then probably as well as like the Wii U games. So like Paper Mario Color Splash is a Wii U game, so it's not like part of the virtual. Well, are these Wii U? No, I guess it's not like a Virtual Console because it's literally just the Wii U version. I mean, Paper Mario Color Splash is a Wii U original game. It's not like a remake or anything of an older game. So, because I think the older consoles are considered Virtual Console. I think if you buy something that was actually made for the Wii U, I think it's just a digital copy or a digital download. So there's a digital download here of Paper Mario Color Splash, which is a Wii U game. I actually own it. It was alright. You know, maybe not as popular or as good as like the older ones, you know, like Thousand Year Door. But again, that Super Mario RPG for the SNES, I don't think it's coming. I have to buy that one before the end of today, and I will. Super Sluggers for the Wii, it's cool and all, but I own that one, and Mario Bros. U. Yeah, I don't know, we've already seen a lot of these. I don't think I need to go through it again. I wasn't really a big Pokemon fan, but same here, Zelda. I mean, we've already kind of gone through all of these, well, except the Wii U one. So Twilight Princess got an HD remake, just along with Wind Waker. But I already own Twilight Princess, so I don't really need to spend $65 on there's Hyrule Warriors here, but I don't really think I need it. Yeah, that's cool. So this category is eShop exclusives. So these games are going to be lost forever starting tomorrow. Unfortunately, they don't really stand out. They look like pretty standard minigames and whatnot. I mean, they're like $2 or $3 a piece. I don't even. I mean, I guess we can look at the second page. Is that Nemo? Plenty of fishies? Yeah. I mean, you got Pokemon, Rumble, $25 apparently. Wow. Okay. Interesting, I guess, if you're into that. I don't really care for any of those. They'll be lost with time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of going through all the... I mean, I've already seen a lot of these, though. From all these different categories. Right. So this is what my wish list looks like right now. I added Shovel Knight, too, because apparently that was a really fun game. And it has a pretty sick deal. It's $50, but right now it's only $7.50. But I have 30 titles in my wish list. So I'm going to have to cut a lot of these, but... We got the Shovel Knight, Kirby Rainbow Curse, those NES remix games which looked interesting, WarioWare, Epic Yarn, Mario Sports, Pikmin 1 and 2, the Prime Trilogy, Academy, yeah, Yoshi's Island DS. I think I got mixed up with this one and the 3DS Yoshi's Island. I think the 3DS Yoshi's Island was a little bit different. This is the, yeah, no, this is for sure the one with the different babies. Peach was in one of those pictures. Because you have more than just Baby Mario, you have like a bunch of those babies with you. Oh my god. Like... okay, like, even if we ignore those, let's just start from here where it's like $10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 30. We're already, like, we're like $200 basically. Damn. I'm gonna have to cut some of these and then, yeah, I mean, there's quite a few that I could cut pretty easy. Just those few that really stood out to me. Like, you know, Donkey Kong 64 is a bit risky, but I'll probably buy it on here because I think it's gonna be a while until it's on the console, on the NSO. Same with Mario Land 4 and same with Mario RPG. Those were ones where I saw it and I was like, I have to have those. So, yeah, I guess let me... Right, I was able to narrow it down to 18. So these are like the top 18 that I want. The Kirby Mass Attack, Shovel Knight, Yoshi's Island DS, Canvas Curse, Kirby Squeak Squad, Metroid Prime Hunters, Mario 64 DS. Because Mario 64 DS, like I said, is quite... I feel like they did a good job, like, differentiating itself from the original Mario 64. Parts of Time, the Zelda games, Donkey Kong 64, the Game Boy Mario Party. Even though I heard that might not be an amazing game, I would still love to just play it. I mean, it's only $7, but it adds up. Like yeah, that's only $7. Mario vs. Donkey Kong 1 is only $7, and The Amazing Mirror is only $7. But together, that's $21, and still, it just keeps adding up. So these 18 games so far. I might cut a couple more, but it's 160. I would have to add another 100. I mean, I could. I'm very conflicted because this will be my last chance to get a lot of these, right? All right. I think I'm going to have to do the unspeakable. As you can see, my balance on the left, $180. So I added an additional $120. I was, I don't know, kind of struggling to cut a lot of these games. I already cut it down to 18. And, I mean, especially like the DS games, because the DS games won't be on any sort of virtual console or NSO for a long time. So if I want to play them, like, you know, this is kind of my last chance to get a lot of these, especially the Kirby games, because I want to play, like I said, I want to do all the Kirby games in like a series, so I'll need to like be able to record it. So I'll need to have those games on a console, not even just a handheld. Yeah, and like in these Zelda games, it'll end up being about $160. I know that's a lot, but I don't know. Last chance to play a lot of these for a while, and I think I'm probably just gonna send it. Probably is gonna send it. I think. hope it's worth it. What do you think? Okay, I could use some of this money on my Switch because remember the accounts are synced. I could use 50 of these dollars on the like Metroid Prime Remastered, for example, that's out on the Switch. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I could cut a couple more of these, but the Game Boy Advance ones are kind of risky. Like, I'm sure these are all going to come to the NSO at some point, but it's kind of hard to tell, like, when. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Right, so I purchased most of those games. As you can see, I have 50 bucks left, so I spent, like, $130. So I had 180, right? I think so. But I'm going to cut these 4 as well. I just don't really think these games are absolutely necessary. Those 2 Kirby games are spin-offs. They're not part of the main series, so I don't think I'll really play those. Plus, those are each 10 bucks, so it's like 20 bucks right there. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I don't know. I mean, that RPG one from the SNES, like I mentioned, is one I really want to play. But, so I downloaded it, but there's been quite a few more games in the Mario and Luigi series, like Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, stuff like that. I think Dream something was another one. I haven't played most of these games. I'm just gonna get rid of it, save another 10 bucks. And Mario Party Advance, it'll probably come to the NSO like sooner than later. It's a Game Boy game, and I can wait for that, so I'm just gonna get rid of that as well. So in total, I bought 14 games today in anticipation of the closure of the Nintendo Wii U eShop. So this is basically it. Our last time visiting the Wii U eShop. Is it loading? Let's go to the main screen, eShop home. Take it all in. Alright, so this is what my official downloads look like. Yeah, so as you can see, I have all these folders, kind of neat. I don't know how to display it on the TV. It's on the TV, but so you can see it, but I can't control it. Like, I'm on a different screen. It switches between the two. Okay, I got my trusty Wii remote, so this should work now. So yeah, 14 games in total that I downloaded. $130 spent. I don't have any NES games. Yeah, I have all these like folders neatly, so it's kind of cool. SNES, so we got Mario RPG, Legend of Seven Stars, GBA. I already had Super Circuit, but I got Wario Land 4, Mario and Donkey Kong 1, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, and Metroid Zero Mission. For the N64, I got Donkey Kong 64. I already had Mario 64 on here. DS is the most of them. I have a ton of DS games, so I already had these 4: Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, Mario Bros. DS, Mario Kart DS, and Mario Party DS. And then today I got Yoshi's Island DS, Kirby's Squeak Squad, Metroid Prime Hunters, Mario 64 DS, Kirby the Amazing Mirror. Actually, I think Kirby the Amazing Mirror is a Game Boy game, so I think I have to switch that to the other folder, but moving on, and then the 2 Zelda games for the DS, Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. And then I don't have any Wii games on here. Wii U, I already had 3D World and Nintendo Land. They came with this system. But I got Shovel Knight because I heard really good things about it. So that's, and you know what? That will bring today's video to a close. I can't believe that this video is 140 minutes. I did not anticipate it to go this long at all. I thought this was going to be like 20 minutes, like just going through the eShop quickly, but I ended up getting really into it and like talking about like all the games and whatever, and then whatever. Just if you're wondering, this don't use folder is just a bunch of random apps I don't use, like the YouTube, Netflix. I delete them if I could. I might be able to, I don't know, but yeah, so that's that. And yeah, I mean, not much left for that I have to say. If you have any last minute purchases you need to make on the Wii U or 3DS eShop, do so immediately. It closes tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, if it's midnight or if it's like just at some point, if it's like at 3 or midnight tomorrow, I don't know. But at some point tomorrow on the 27th, March 27th, 2023, the eShop is closed forever. I mean, it might be open still, but you can't buy games anymore, is what I heard. I think you could still open it. Like, I think it'll still be here, but you won't be able to buy things anymore and all those. So yeah, anyway, that's enough of that. If you're still here and you managed to watch this hour and 40-minute video, thank you so much for staying to the end. Hopefully I'll see you next time. I'll probably be back tomorrow, actually. I may be starting a Mario Maker series tomorrow. Mario Maker Mondays. If I start that tomorrow, I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But if not, then I'll be back Wednesday for sure for another video. So hopefully I'll see you then. And yeah, have a great day.